Hi guys, so today we're gonna discuss Nigerian tradition concerning being a true husband and a true wife. So when it comes to the Nigerian tradition, there are some binding things that a man needs to do in order for him to claim a woman as his wife. So also are there some things that a woman needs to go through in order for her to be qualified as a true wife to a Nigerian man. So it goes vice versa. So what I'm going to tell you today is exactly what it entails. Just in case you're getting married to a Nigerian man, you have to tell him, guy, this is important, okay? I know how it's done over there in Nigeria. This is important. So let me speak about the Igbo tradition. Like I always say, Igbo tradition says that for a woman to be truly considered a wife or married to a man, her dowry or bride price must be paid by that man to her family. Treasure, please don't make that noise. So, her dowry must be paid in full to her family and received by her family. Yes, and not only that, he must have come to her house to do the introductory rites in marriage rites as per the Igbo customs. When your bride price is paid, now you are truly qualified as his wife. White wedding is secondary to the Nigerian culture. Court wedding is secondary in the Nigerian culture. Know that court wedding is legally binding, but there is also customary court. But make no mistakes, ladies. Bride price is the most important of all. Say a man and a woman decides to go their separate ways, and they have tried all means possible, and there is no way to amend their relationship or to keep their marriage together. They have tried the church, the society, they have tried family, and nothing seems to be working out to keep them together, that they're just gonna break apart. They return the bride price. That's what they do. The woman's family takes the bride price. Say they paid 10,000 as your bride price, not the amount for the celebration or requested by your people, just your bride price. That amount that was your bride price will be taken back to the boys' people, telling them, you know what, we are done. This is the bride price that you have paid for our daughter. We have seen that this relationship is not going to work out anymore. Here is your bride price, and please give us our daughter to go. And the moment they take the bride price, natural, undiluted, unadulterated Nigerian traditional kind of divorce. That's where it ends. Bride price returned, you're divorced, and that's all. Okay, ladies, so what does this mean? This means that if you are going or intending to marry a Nigerian man, make sure that he pays your dowry. Yeah, make sure that he comes and visits your people. Make sure he pays your bride price, because it is in doing this that you are qualified as a true wife. If you check on the internet, you will see lots of women who were married to Nigerian men, and they all went through the rites of marriage. I once talked about the part of the traditional marriage that is really significant. If you've not seen that video, you can check. Yes, I'll put it as an end screen on this video. Actually, I once talked about the part of the marriage that is most significant in the Igbo culture. So if you've not seen that video, try to check it out. You will see how things are done. You will see how important it is for a man to come to your family, to show interest in marrying you, to do all the necessary rites that needs to be done. So in order for you to be qualified, a true Nigerian Igbo wife, your dowry must be paid, girl. In order for you to be considered a true Nigerian husband, he must have paid your dowry. Because if he didn't pay your dowry, he doesn't qualify as your true husband. And if a woman stays with a man and the man didn't pay her dowry or her bride price, he's still or she is still not considered the wife of that man. In case of, you never know what may happen. And the tradition will say that you are not his wife. Do you know that if this man eventually takes another woman home and does those rites, even though you've been with him for so long, having his children, living with him, and he takes this other woman home and pays her bride price, they will consider this new woman as his wife, and they will regard the other woman, an outsider or a woman who's just been living with a man. Even though you've had his children, you will be considered as a woman who's just staying with a man, to just be like a living boyfriend and girlfriend. So this is why marriage is so important in the Nigerian culture, believe me. Marriage is very important. Payment of bride price is very important. That is why you hear Nigerian women saying or asking, when are you gonna come see my parents? When are you gonna ask for my hand in marriage? When are you paying my bride price? When are you marrying me? Questions like this are so important to a Nigerian woman and should also be important to you if you are not Nigerian. You should ask your man, when are you coming to see my parents? I know this may not be your culture, but sometimes when you are marrying a man, remember like I told you last week, if you are marrying a man, try to know his culture. Try to know his tradition. Try to know what getting married entails. So that if he's coming for you, you can demand him to do those things to you, so that you'll be considered as a true wife. It doesn't matter. Nigerian men have married lots of women from various nationalities, and they still go through the process of paying the bride price, going to their fathers. Check online, even check on YouTube. Just search up Nigerian woman marrying a white man or Nigerian man marrying. In that video, I also added a video of a Chinese woman. I don't know if she's Chinese, but she's actually Asian, marrying an. You could see from the video that it was not done in Nigeria. You could see it was done in an Asian country. But because he really, really respected her and loves her, I would imagine, he went to her father and asked for her hand in marriage in Nigerian traditional way. So girl, do not say I'm American, do not say I'm British, do not say I'm South African in it. Give it a thumbs up, share it, and also subscribe for more. Not say I'm Asian. Just try to follow the tradition so that you will be regarded as a true wife. A true wife, anywhere you are called, you come, you stand. Why? Because he paid your dowry. Your dowry is what qualifies you. Do you know that if he pays your dowry and doesn't take you to the church to wed, you are qualified as a full bona fide wife of that man? But if he goes to wed you in a church and doesn't pay your dowry at home, and doesn't involve the family, and then come to ask for your hand in marriage, you're not regarded as a true wife. It's true. In Nigeria, for example, even amongst the same tribe, if an Igbo man goes to get another woman, keep her in the house, get her pregnant, do whatever, and he didn't marry her, he didn't go to her father's house to demand for her hand in marriage, he didn't pay her bride price, she's not regarded as his true wife. If uncertainty comes in, for example, he gets another woman pregnant, for example, another woman appears years later, and then they start to say, whose husband is this, whose wife is this, and they start to check, and he paid the bride price of this alien woman. Meanwhile, you've been the one living with him all the while, and he didn't pay your bride price the traditional way. They accept the other woman. Ladies, they accept the other woman. So, what I'm trying to say is, if a Nigerian man is coming for you, tell him, I know this is how it's done for me to be qualified as your wife. So I would love you to come to my parents and demand my hand in marriage. I would love you to pay my bride price to my parent. By the way, the bride price doesn't really matter. It just depends on how much your people are willing to collect. In the olden days, it used to be very expensive, and people started to ask, are you selling her? Is she a property? Is she a land? Is she something that you should sell? In the olden days, they would demand for a lot, that before a man goes to pay a bride price, he needs to be able and well to do. He needs to be really ready to keep you. But these days, it doesn't matter. You could give $10. You could give 100 naira. You could give 2,000 naira. You could give, depending on your currency, you could give any amount. In naira, you could pay 5,000. You could pay 10,000. You could pay even 100 naira. It doesn't really matter. If you don't understand, in your currency, you could pay $5, $10, $20. It's just what you people agree on as the bride price. Saying to them, you are not selling this girl to you. She is our daughter. We're giving her to you. And this is what we demand that you pay as her bride price. It's something that the two families would agree on as the bride price for the girl. That's all. For me, how much did they pay? Not much. I didn't want to be sold. I didn't want to be seen as a property. I told my people, please do not take anything more than 10,000 naira. And 10,000 naira is below $100. Yes. So that was what I told her. I said, please do not demand for too much. So the man knows he's gonna pay for a lot already. The celebration, you know, the people are going to demand for a lot as tradition demands. The girls people another story for another day, because the amount or the things that these people request for is as if they're sending you home, never to come back, sending you away, never to come back. It's back to what I was saying. Let him accept anything. Let it be what you agree on, and let it be your bride price. So let him just pay it. That's all. So be watchful, be careful. This is not to scare you that if you're married to a Nigerian man and he has not paid your bride price, that you should be scared. No, it's not to scare you. It's just to tell you for the future. Or for those who are not married, who are about to venture into marriage, check these things out. Tell the guy, I know you need to pay some bride price, boo. Come paid. Come on, let's do the traditional thing. I really love it. You know, ladies. Okay, so ladies, let's wrap up today's topic. And hopefully, I see you next week Sunday. Come on, ladies. If there is something you would like me to talk about concerning Nigerian tradition, you know, just drop it down in the comment below. Let's remind, like I always say, you never know who will learn. We'll always learn while doing these things, okay? So, without further ado, like I always say, do have a lovely day, do have a happy day, stay happy, stay blessed, and bye-bye.